Bible. That's the truth.
Yes.
Second, if we come to the Quran itself, they never wrote the Quran. They used to memorize it.
Right.
And one of the hadiths says that Uthman ibn Affan, he burned 26 of them. Okay, if he burned 26 of those Quran, okay, they have something called the Lawh al-Mahfuz, which is the written of God, which is 7
reserved tablet, heavenly tablet.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's true, then maybe he burned one of the one that is supposed to be the true, but he burned it. That's part one. Part two, about I have hadith. If you go to Sunan Ibn Abi Dawood, hadith number 3859,
okay,
about the Jewish, he actually took the Torah, which is the Bible,
I have it here, that narration,
in his hand, and he said they wanted to stone a woman because of she committed adultery. She's a Jewish, and some bunch of Jewish people came to him to see how he's going to act about this. And he took the Torah, and he says, "In you I believed, and whoever sent it to you," about the Torah itself.
Yeah, and brother, hold on one second. And you know, we also, for those Muslims who might not like to receive Abu Dawood, it is also in Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 4, number 829, for those who might not like
when he appealed, in that particular hadith, just so that Muslims understand, he's appealing to the commands in the Torah. However, the specific statement that he just made, and by the way, if you want to read this narration that the brother just quoted, you will find this narration on our website. Again, go to www.answering-islam.org. When you go to that website, click on, you're going to see a link, it says Quran. Click on it. When you click on that, it says Quran, you're going to find another link saying what the Quran says about the Bible. So you go to the website, click on Quran, you're going to find it says what the Quran says about the Bible. You click on it, we have dozens of articles quoting the Quran and Hadith, and we have this narration because Sunan Abu Dawood, you gave the number to the Arabic version. Sunan Abu Dawood, one second, brother. Sunan Abu Dawood has been translated in English. The English version, the number for the English version, which you can read online, you have Sunan Abu Dawood partially online by the Muslim Student Association. They have a database where they have the partial English translation of Sunan Abu Dawood. The English number for this particular English translation is number 4434. It's Sunan Abu Dawood, Book 38, Kitab al-Hudud, Prescribed Punishments, number 4434. We have the quotation. We link to the Muslim Student Association online database, and there you're going to find that Muhammad said what the brother said, and Ibn Kathir quotes it, but I'll get to Ibn Kathir's quote in a minute. But I just want to let the readers know, or the audience, I should say, you audience who want access to these quotations, go to the website, my website, and go to David's blog, AnsweringMuslims.com. AnsweringMuslims.com. He's got articles, debates, where we document these sources so that you can have access to them and use them to witness the Muslims and bring them to the true gospel of Jesus Christ. So I just want to share that.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Did you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yes, I got a question. This is in the Quran also about Mary. She's a sister of Harun and Moses. At the same time, she's the mother of Christ. Now, obviously, with any intelligent brain, there's 1,500 years different. That's part one that I don't understand. How did they mix Mary with the other Mary? They have different father and different mother and different everything.
Right.
And they got another problem that I can't figure it out. Abraham and Namrud, they lived in two different type of years. There's at least maybe 1,500 or maybe more than that. But according to one of the hadith that says that Abraham was with Namrud, how can it be that Namrud and Abraham was at the same time when the whole world was speaking only one language, and God came and destroyed that and made it speak in different language?
Very good, brother. Let me just say real quickly, since we got a lot of callers, I appreciate what you're saying. And, you know, here's the issue that we have. The issue is that we got the Bible that was revealed, the New Testament, 600 years before Muhammad, and then we have the Old Testament that was revealed as far back as 2,000 years before Muhammad. and there is the information that is true. Muhammad comes along 600 years after Christ, not knowing the Old Testament, not knowing the New Testament, not being a true prophet of God, and he got it mixed up, and you've pointed that out. And there's other places like Haman, who actually was in Persia, that he says was in Egypt, and all sorts of inconsistencies. And this is what makes logical sense, exactly what you're pointing out, that the Quran is actually corrupt. But the Muslim mindset is so blinded that they take their Quran, it must be perfect, and so anything that came before it is completely false, it's corrupt, if it somehow contradicts the Quran. And that brings us back to our point. Muslims are attacking the Bible not based on what the Quran says, not based on what Muhammad says or what the Hadith says, as you pointed out, but they're basing it simply on their fear of the truth, which is the Bible is right, and their Quran has been corrupted. Thanks so much for your call, brother. All right. You want to make any comment before the next caller?
Just on the first point, he had mentioned Abraham and Nimrod were contemporaries. That actually comes from Islamic tradition. There's nothing explicit in the Quran that says, that Abraham and Nimrod were contemporaries. It says Abraham was thrown in the fire. When you go to the exegetes and you go to the stories on the prophets, it says that Nimrod threw him in the fire. So the Quran doesn't actually explicitly say Nimrod. Yeah. However, the issue of Mary, yes, that's in the Quran. If you go to chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran, and you read from 33 to 36, if you read chapter 3, verses 33 to 36, it mentions the family of Imran, that Allah had preferred the family of Imran above all beings. Then it says that the wife of Imran gave birth to a daughter, and she called her name Mary. So the wife of Imran gave birth to a daughter, called her name Mary. So the wife of Imran is the mother of Mary. If you go to chapter 66, verse 12 of the Quran, Surah Al-Tahrim, chapter 66, verse 12, it says Mary is the daughter of Imran. Mary, the daughter of Imran, who guarded her chastity, or her private part, we breathe into it. And this is talking about the virgin conception of Jesus Christ our Lord to his mother Mary. So Mary there is the daughter of Imran, her mother is the wife of Imran. And then Surah Al-Maryam, chapter 19, verse 28 of the Quran, when she gives birth to Jesus and she goes public with the child, the people say to her, Ya Ukhta Harun, O sister of Aaron. Yeah. So in chapter 19 of the Quran, verse 28, Mary's the sister of Aaron. She's the daughter of Imran. Her mother is the wife of Imran. Now, why is that significant? Well, if you go to Numbers chapter 26 and you read verse 59, Numbers in the Old Testament, chapter 26, verse 59. Notice here. The name of Amram's wife, remember the wife of Imran gave birth to Mary? The name of the wife of Amram was Yochebed, a descendant of Levi who was born to the Levites in Egypt. To Amram she bore Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. The only Mary that has a brother named Aaron, whose father name is Imran, according to the Old Testament, is the sister of Moses. So the sister of Moses is confused with the mother of Christ, meaning that the Quran confuses Mary, the mother of Christ, with the sister of Moses, making Moses Jesus' maternal uncle. So Jesus was born during the time of Moses and Aaron, making Moses his uncle, according to the Quran.
Well, and there's so many other things. We had our friend Manu call the other night, you know, where it says the Jews say that Ezra is the son of Allah.
Yeah, Surah 9:30.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, well, you know, in the Arabic it says Uzair. And that really means Josiah, the king of Judah.
Josiah? Okay, well, you know what? Even if he says Josiah, all right. Where
give us proof that they worship Josiah as God.
Yeah, show us where it says Josiah was singled out as a unique son of God in the same way that Christians believe that Jesus is a unique son of God. Yeah. Because see, here's what you got to emphasize to the Muslims. Right. That quotation is likening the Jewish belief in Ezra to the Christian belief in Jesus. Yeah. Well, we know Christians believe Jesus is the divine Son of God.
Yeah, we do.
Which means whoever these Jews were,